Today we are going to walk through the all-new Supreme S240. What's up guys, this is Mitch from BoardCo. Today I am going to be giving you a walkthrough and rundown of the new Supreme S240. Now this boat holds a special place for me. I absolutely love it. In fact, if you've been paying attention to the content that we've been making, watched any of the podcasts or anything of that nature, you probably already know my opinions about this boat. I've said it before and I'll say it again. If I was ever to buy any surf boat and I was factoring in everything that I would want to look at and get, including the price tag, the Supreme S240 would be the boat I would buy. In fact, I'll take it a step further. I actually own one. Now that's not saying anything about not wanting to have a Centurion FI or a Centurion RI. Those boats are absolutely incredible. But bang for your buck wise, there is no boat that can surpass a Supreme S240. You can get a nicer boat in a lot of different regards by jumping up to a Supreme, but if you are just looking for the best possible surf wave for the money, along with the best quality and different essential features, you really cannot beat the Supreme S Series lineup. The S240 is absolutely incredible. It's ready to pack 16 people. It's got tons of room, tons of space. It throws an absolutely unbelievable surf wave, a killer wakeboard wake. It actually slalom skis halfway decent as well. It drives incredible, and overall it is a fantastic boat. So we're going to take a closer look as to why this is one of my favorite wake surf boats ever built. The first and foremost thing I wanted to talk about in regards to the Supreme S240 is the running surface, the hull design, the actual part where the boat meets the water while you're surfing, wakeboarding, or just cruising around. The Supreme S240 is built off of the EZV hull design. Now, this hull design is inspired and directly comes from the Centurion Opti-V hull. What it does is it's going to give you a perfectly symmetrical wakeboard wake when you're going anywhere from 19 to 25 miles an hour. That includes when it's running empty or when you put ballast in the boat. It's going to plan out and give you a decently good recreational water ski wake. It's not a pure water ski boat, but we've had lots of people go and ski behind these on demos, and they're pretty pleasantly surprised with the wake that it produces. It's also going to give you the best rough water ride in its class, bar none. There's a lot more V to the hull of this boat, hence the name EZV hull. It's got a 20-degree dead rise. Now, what does dead rise mean? It is the measurement between the center line of the boat and the side of the boat at the very back, at the transom. Now, some manufacturers like to talk about dead rise at the front of the boat. That is an important measurement, and it's great if you're going slower speeds, but if you're up at cruising speed where you've broken plane at, let's say, 18 miles an hour and up, the only part of the boat that's really touching the water is the back half of the boat, the section from about midship on the boat back to the back of the transom. How much V or dead rise is in this section is what's going to translate to rough water ride. In the Supreme S240, it features a 20-degree angle dead rise. Now, this is significantly more than any other boat that's out there on the market. In fact, all of the other boats that's in the same class here with the Supreme have anywhere from a 2 to a 6-degree angle of dead rise. So when Supreme comes in at 20, there's a lot more V in the bottom that's going to slice through that rough water. That's going to be what gives you that pristine, just beautiful, nice, smooth, rough water ride that when you're driving through big waves, when you're cutting through chop, any of those type of things. It's just going to be silky smooth behind a Supreme. In fact, even smoother than a lot of different stern drive boats that are bigger and have a big deep hull design that's specifically designed for cruising. The last piece of the EZV hull, and the most important one by far, at least in my opinion, is the surf wave. The EZV hull was designed specifically to produce the best possible wake surf wave behind a boat. The way it does it is simple physics. By having that V to the hull, it's going to naturally split the water to one side or the other. Rather than having a flat hull design that's going to rely on a bunch of contraptions and designs to crab or yaw the hull, instead it's going to use some very simple plates that just direct the flow of water slightly to one side or the other and shift the angle of the hull. The reason for this is because of that V hull design that's going to funnel more water directly behind the boat and more water displaced to one side or the other. What you end up with here then is a boat that is going to throw a better surf wave, and when I say better, I mean bigger, longer, more powerful, and more customizable than any other boat before you ever put any ballast in it. When you add that additional ballast, it just sinks it even deeper in the water. This boat features a 36-inch draft, meaning 36 inches of the hull is under the water before you put any ballast in it. That's significantly more than other surf boats, meaning that it's going to displace more water and produce a superior surf wave. When it comes down to surf waves, it's really simple. It just comes down to physics. The more water you can displace and the angles at which you can displace it is going to result in what kind of quality of surf wave you are going to receive. Amount of water using its hull design. When you combine that with the other different features such as the quick surf system and the silent stinger plate, it also can control that displacement and make it so you have maximum customization over your surf wave. This is the foundation on why the Supreme is the best surf boat in its class. In fact, it's so good, it will outsurf other boats that are double and sometimes even triple the price tag. You really have to get behind it and experience it to see what it really is all about. Now that we've covered and talked about that, let's jump onto the inside of this boat and show you why it's not just the best surfing boat, but also why it's the highest quality boat in its class as well. As we move to this inside of the S240, the first thing that you can notice and see is this boat is big. It's got tons of room, tons of space, lots of storage to accommodate pretty much everyone you take on the boat. In fact, it's rated for 16 full-size adults, but what probably the most impressive thing about it is it's rated for all of those people plus 4,600 pounds of factory installed ballast. What that means is that you are rated to pack all of that additional ballast, more ballast than most boat companies put in their ultra premium 26-foot models, and still pack all of those people. You're able to pack all of their gear, all of the people inside the boat, and throw an absolutely incredible surf wave, even when you only have a few people in the boat. That's probably my personal favorite thing about the Supreme S240, is that you can throw an unbelievable surf wave with only 3 passengers. And the reason why is because of all of the ballast that this boat packs straight from the factory, all fully installed and covered under factory warranty. It's just a really nice way of being able to create the best possible surf wave. Now, in addition to all of the ballast and the space inside the boat, there's a lot of storage capacity here in the boat as well. There's storage on top of the ballast tanks that sit underneath the side areas of the boat, underneath these seats like the one I'm sitting on. There's a bunch of storage underneath the large observer seat just to the left of the driver. There's storage underneath the seats in the bow of the boat, and there's storage on top of the plug-and-play bags in the back lockers. This is one really unique thing about a Supreme compared to other tow boats. Other boats, you fill up the plug-and-play bags in the back lockers and you lose all of your storage space in the rear. Instead, on a Supreme, you can fill up that space with all of the ballast that the boat packs, and you can still fit 14 to 16 life jackets, some wetsuits and ropes, all of those different things in the transom of the boat. This is one of my favorite things regarding the storage in a Supreme, is the way that the storage is laid out. Instead of locating all of the storage space underneath the side seats on the interior of the boat, where in order to access it, you'd have to make people stand up and move around, they instead locate a bunch of storage in the transom of the boat, as well as a huge storage locker under the observer seat where you just have to have somebody simply slide forward and the seat flips up. This makes it so that the storage is not only voluminous and massive, it also is really easy to access and really functional as well. Another great thing about the Supreme S240 are all of the different features and amenities that are available in this boat. Now, rather than equipping them all standard and building them into the price tag, the great thing is you can pick some of these additional features a la carte on the boat. It's equipped with all of the essentials out of the box straight from the factory, but there's a lot of different amenities that may be important to you or they may not be. Things like flip-up seats on the interior, a sliding bench seat here in the rear of the boat, a seat heater, all kinds of different things like that you can have added to your Supreme to have it customized just for you. Or if you'd rather save a few bucks and spend that money on surfboards or other different things, you can opt to not have them equipped in the boat. These are items that are not essentials. All of the essentials are included in this boat and you're not going to be left wanting with any of them. And in fact, some of them can even be added after the fact. So if you're wondering and going, man, that sliding bench seat, it sounds really cool, but I'm just not sure if I'd ever use it. This is something you can bring in a boat without and then have it added to the boat later on. It really gives you the ability to customize the boat to your exact preferences and what's going to be important for you and your family. When I move to the back of the S240 here, there's a few things I wanted to point out and showcase on why this boat is just really awesome. First off, there's some lockers here in the back area that you can store things like ropes, you can store shoes, you can store all kinds of things like that. It's also designed to double as a cooler, so you can have cooler space here at the back if you want to be sitting, hang out here in the back area, and then open it up to grab drinks or whatnot. You also have access to your storage compartments here on the sides of the boat. You just flip up these latch accesses and access the storage space down underneath. Now, One thing I want to talk about in regards to the vinyl on the boat that's really important is how the vinyl is built and constructed. Now, in a Supreme, you have ultra top quality 17 mil vinyl. What that means is that the top coat, this top area of the vinyl, and all of the foam backing and that sits underneath it, is significantly thicker and significantly heavier duty than other towboats. Now, what most other towboats will feature 3 or 5 mil vinyl, this is full 17 mil. This is actually even higher quality vinyl than what you see on other ultra premium towboats that cost double what this Supreme costs. If you ever want to get a feel for what this vinyl is like or what the difference is, just simply grab the vinyl right here anywhere on the boat and just pinch it and try and turn and twist. If it changes back and snaps back into shape, it's a top quality vinyl. In fact, sometimes on this part, you might have a really hard time pinching it just because it's so thick. Where if you have a really thin, really low quality vinyl, you can just grab it and it feels like just like you're twisting and moving around just a really thin layer of rubber. This makes it so that it's going to sag and droop over time. By having this ultra thick, heavy, ultra durable vinyl, it's going to hold up against all kinds of different things that you can throw at it and look good for years and years to come. This can be the case if you own your boat for a lot of years, or even if you're only owning it for a few years and going to turn around and upgrade, you can sell the boat for top dollar because it's going to be in better condition and better shape when you turn around and sell it. It's just a really great thing that showcases the quality and the craftsmanship that go into these Supreme boats. Going beyond just the vinyl, even the stitching in the Supreme boats is a higher grade than other boats, not just in its class, but even ultra premium models. The stitching is abrasion resistant, it's waterproof, and it's UV proof. What that means is that it's not going to yellow and discolor over time, and it's not going to get brittle and break down and start to separate on you as you're going along, as exposed to things like the sun and water and all of the other elements that you experience when you're out on a boat. A key feature in the Supreme Series boats is this Gator Step flooring. Now, one thing that's really unique about this is it's a higher grade flooring than even what you're finding in boats that are double the price of the Supreme. It's not just like a standard stripped EVA. Instead, it's this ultra nice, textured, heavy, durable Gator Step. Gator Step is known for having the highest quality flooring that's available in any boat out there on the market. And this Gator Step is just really, really nice. One great thing about it is you can see the texture and grain to it. This not only looks really nice, but it also gives it really great function. It's not going to be slippery when it's wet. It's going to remain tactile and sticky, and it's just going to give a nice overall comfortable feel for your feet. Going beyond just the quality of the Gator Step is the locations that it's placed. The Gator Step isn't just on the floor of the boat. In fact, it's lining the entire perimeter going all the way around the Supreme. This means you've got this nice Gator Step coverage here in the bow area, you've got it on the sides of the boat, you've got it at the back of the boat, you've got it pretty much anywhere that you're going to go in and out of the boat. Just this makes it so you now have a nice solid surface that you can step on when you're climbing in and out of the boat, whether you're on the dock, on the trailer, or really anywhere you're going to access. This not only is going to be really nice and much safer for climbing in and out of the boat, it's also going to keep it looking really nice. The last thing that I really like about Gator Step is it doesn't get hot. So you see this black color Gator Step, and some people think like, oh, this is going to get really toasty. I've had lots of boats with black Gator Step. They do not get hot even when they're baking out in the sun. This is a really important feature, especially if you've got an all black boat. This boat right here is red, but just imagine if this boat was a black gel coat running all the way through. You'd be scared to touch or put your hands or your feet anywhere on these different areas. Where by having this Gator Step, you're not going to have to worry about that temperature issue. It's going to keep not only your gel coat nice, it's going to keep you from getting burned or having any kind of issues with any heat. Now I want to talk about the tower. Now this is one of my favorite features on the Supreme, mainly because of what you're seeing here, which is the Bimini shade coverage. You can see this Bimini top is open. It covers all the way from the back area here, basically the back seat, all the way walking up to the front area of the windshield, meaning that you can be sitting in the driver's seat, passenger seat, pretty much anywhere on the cockpit of the boat, and you're going to get great shade coverage. You also have the option of opting for a Sewlong shade sail that will extend the Bimini another 5 or 8 feet further back, and you can still surf with it up. It's really, really nice. The great thing also about this Bimini is just how solid and sturdy it is. You can grab and move it. It does not move and shake. In fact, if I even go all the way to the front area, it barely moves. You can drive down the lake going 40 miles an hour with this Bimini up, and it's going to be rock solid. It's also got built-in surf sleeves. They're heat resistant lined, meaning it's going to keep your surfboards extra nice. You can put foil boards up there. It's just a really nice structured way to get some great shade in the boat. It's also, by the way, one of the fastest Bimini tops in the world to fold up or deploy. It just makes it a really nice feature for the tower. Now, speaking about the tower, this boat is equipped with the F-Series tower for Supreme. Now, this tower is the tower that we do on about 90% of our Supremes. There is an option that's a slightly lower cost option called a Shine Tower. But this F-Series tower is just really nice for a number of reasons. The first one is the way it looks is just incredible. You can color match it either black or white to match the boat and what you want it to look like. You also have the ability to add color match tower panels. In this case, you can see these tower panels are red. These are not just like a sticker or something of that nature. These are actually gel coat fiberglass panels, the same material as you see here on the side of the boat. What this means is it's a true color match. It isn't going to fade or change over time, and it's going to just stay looking really nice. It allows you to bring some of the pop and color of the exterior of the boat up onto the tower and here on the inside of the boat as well. It's just a really, really nice aesthetic to this tower. Now, going beyond that, this tower is rock solid. In fact, you can grab and move and you see it does not shake, it doesn't rattle, it doesn't do anything of that nature. You can be driving down the lake in really rough chop, going full speed, and it will not move. It's also equipped with these really nice hook style board racks that allow you to slide a board in, pull this lever, and drop and connect your board just like this. It's a really nice way of keeping your board extra safe and secure. Even those super high-end fragile EPS surfboards, you can pop them in there and be assured that the boards are going to stay safe, secure, and they're not going to get damaged when you're putting them in your board racks. Last thing to talk about in regards to the tower is the audio system. The Supremes are equipped with Wet Sounds premium audio. This boat, in fact, is equipped with custom can Rev 10 tower speakers that are going to deliver incredible sound both inside of the boat as well as projected out behind the boat. This boat in particular is equipped with the Champ audio system. This is the stereo we put in the vast majority of Supremes. It's awesome because it sounds incredible. You get lots of headroom and it just looks really nice. If you want to opt and get another set of tower speakers to throw up in here and go to a full set of 4 tower speakers, you can opt for that option as well. It's really simple and easy. Even on one of the boats we have in stock, we can just simply add a pair of speakers as well as an amplifier to power them, and you're just going to upgrade the sound even further if you want to deliver more sound back out to riders, whether they're wakeboarding or surfing. We're going to end off the walkthrough here in my favorite seat in the boat, which is the driver's seat. In fact, I pretty much spend all of my time when I'm out in a boat either in the driver's seat or back behind the boat. So this area is really important for a guy like me because when I'm out at the lake, I spend hours sitting in this seat and driving this boat. So the way that it drives, the way that it functions with the dash screen, and just the comfort of being here is going to be really important. Now, a few things to talk about in regards to the helm design and the driver's seat and the dash screen. First off is just the seat that I'm sitting in. As you can see, it swivels and maneuvers around. It's also got a flip-up bolster that comes standard. One thing I really like about this is that the flip-up bolster is actually comfortable. In fact, a lot of other boats, particularly ones that are in this class of boat, the flip-up seat is just not comfortable. You go and sit in it and it's just not a very nice experience. I've sat in this flipped up bolster seat for hours and hours, and it's really just quite nice. You can turn it to the side here like this. You can also turn and face forward, and it's just really nice and just a really comfortable experience while you're driving. Now, moving over to the dash helm, there's some really nice features on this dash. First thing is there's a wireless charging cell phone holder that sits right here. So you can pop your cell phone out, just drop it right here in this spot, and it's going to charge your phone while you're driving along. You've also got a really nice, large, full color dash interface right here on the Supreme. In fact, this interface is as big and as nice as a lot of other ultra premium boats that cost significantly more money. This is going to allow you to have controls over all of the different aspects of the boat, from your cruise control to your wave settings, to your ballast, to navigation if you opt for that, to different sound settings, and even rider profile presets. So you can press one button, it will set everything in the boat up for you. Everything from your ballast to your wake plates to your speed. This just gives you full control and access over every different aspect of the boat while you're driving it out on the water. Over here, you move and you have a really nice helm interface design. Your throttle control is right here. It's just a nice, comfortable spot for your arm. You've also got some really nice things such as the rocker switches here on the right side, as well as a heater vent that sits right here. Right now, we're out here at Pineview Reservoir. It's a little bit chilly this morning, and so having this heater vent to turn on is just extra nice for the driver. You have a heater vent here and a heater vent for the driver's feet, which just really adds to the overall experience while you're driving. The last thing is the new stereo interface control for 2024, which locates a stereo interface control right here on the right side, just in front of the throttle. This interface allows you to change different settings, change between different tracks, as well as have a quick access volume control knob, so you can move the volume up and down right here, just to the side of the, just right here with your right hand. It just gives you a great overall experience while you're driving this boat. Whether you're switching from one side to the other in just a couple seconds, whether you're going to be setting up surfing, wakeboarding, or even just cruising around, you have all of the things that you need at your fingertips. And it really just feels like a boat that is a significantly higher end, more luxurious boat than what you can expect to pay for when we're talking about a Supreme S240. All right, as we come to a close here, I'm moving up here into this super nice, big, open, spacious bow in the Supreme 240, and just once again wanted to recap a couple of the things that we talked about. The Supreme S240 is going to be the best surfing boat in its class, bar none. It's going to outsurf any other 23 or 24 foot boat, not just in a similar price range, but honestly in pretty much any price range. The only thing that really can trump it is some of the new Centurion FI and RI series boats. Aside from that, the Supreme is just absolutely incredible. The bang for your buck, the value proposition of this boat is unsurpassed. It's going to deliver incredible performance, high-end quality materials and craftsmanship, and just an overall excellent driving and interface experience. I've spent lots of time on a Supreme S240, taken out lots of people, and everyone has just been blown away by the overall quality of this boat and the performance that it delivers. If you want to check out more information about the Supreme S240, visit our website on BoardCo.com, and you can see all of the boats that we have in inventory, and you also have the ability to check and see actual pricing of inventory boats. This is a new feature that we created on our website where you can log in, create an account, and you'll be able to see the actual selling price on this boat. And when I say actual selling price, I'm not talking about MSRP. I'm not talking about some fictitious made-up number that is put out there by different manufacturers to make you feel like you're getting a good deal. This is going to be the actual price that you can expect to pay if you walk into our dealership, if you call us on the phone, or if you interface with us in any kind of scenario. You will see the actual price that you can expect to pay for any of the boats that we have available in our inventory for 2024. Once again, really appreciate the time that you spent here with us. Really appreciate your time is going through and watching these videos. We really want to make sure that we can deliver the best possible information that is as accurate as we can possibly make it for you. Last thing I probably would mention is there's only one way to really experience how awesome this boat is, and that is to get out on the water in it. If you want to go and take one for a test drive or take it for a demo, please contact us. We'd be happy to let you come and take a ride behind it, drive it, really experience and interface it the way that you would when you own it, because you are going to just be absolutely blown away with the performance of this boat. Once again, this is Mitch from BoardCo. Thanks for spending some time here with us, and we'll see you later.